accidentally hiked 30 kilometers in the Dolomites, which involved 7 hours of walking and a 4:30 a.m. wake up. We stayed in Trento to save money and also opted out of hiring a car. So that meant an early morning train and then a bus. 2 hours later, we arrived in Ortisheim. Here we were faced with two options: a €50 cable car or a hike with an unknown distance and unknown elevation simply to get to the start of the Sasita hike. And of course, as budget travelers, we chose the hike. This was one of the toughest but also one of the most beautiful things I've ever done. After struggling up over halfway, yes, we were headed to this peak here, we met our absolute savior. A tradie drove past and let us jump in the back of his car and gave us a lift to the top. Without this, I'm not too sure we would have actually made it to the proper start of our hike. We said goodbye to our new friend and started the walk to the peak. The views were unlike anything I'd ever seen before, and after a rejuvenating lunch break with some of the best homemade sandwiches ever made, we finally reached the peak. This was the highlight of my entire 9 months abroad. Well, one of the highlights. It only took 1,500 meters of elevation gain, but after all that, we still had to hike our way down the mountain. We were following a track on all trails, and despite my directional challenges, I was on maps, which I of course read wrong, and meant we had a few more kilometers than expected. Despite that, vibes were very high, especially for the prospect of an Aperol at the top. Spritz at the peak of a hike is by far one of the top 10 best feelings. We pretty much crawled down the mountain, taking in every second of the view. We made it on the 9 p.m. train back to Trento and called it a day with a kebab to finish. Visiting the Dolomites is a must-do if you're going to Italy.